Good morning. Uh, we'll discuss about lab 2, which is the characteristics of DC motor. For we will study separately excited DC motor and series DC motor. Let's start. I will discuss with everything with step by step from the instruction manual, so it will be easy for us to understand. For this circuit, we need power supply, we need dynamometer, we need DC motor, we also need data acquisition system and resistor. Okay, so at the beginning we need to install the software, EMS software. I have already installed in my computer. So this is the EMS software. The second step is the DC motor need to connect it with the mechanically connected with the dynamometer. So it already connected with the system like dynamometer and DC motor. The second step is to connect the 24 volt supply. Now it's connected. You can see 24 volt supply with the connected with the data acquisition system. Now I can turn it. You can see that it's now on. It's getting power. Then we need to connect the USB port from the data acquisition system. Can you see? This is USB port. We need to connect with the PC. We have already connected. For the dynamometer, we need power supply. We connected the power supply. So you can see this is the power supply. Also, there is a USB port. We need to connect the USB port with the PC. Then we can go back to the circuit. For the circuit, you can see this is the circuit. There are two circuits. One is the upper one is the armature one, the lower one is the field circuit. So we'll show how to connect the circuit. Okay. For you can see that this is the symbol is variable DC. So from the module you can see that this one is variable. We connect with this on variable on, connect with ion positive, then ion negative. It will connect with the DC motor armature side number 1, then number 2 the opposite side of armature will connect with the neutral. So now series circuit has completed. We need to connect the voltmeter. Voltmeter will be connected with parallel between 1 and 2 armature side of the motor. So you see this is E1. It will connect with the armature 1, positive side of armature. The negative 1 will connect with E2. So now we will connect the secondary side like armature 1. Also we need to say that the output of the motor will need to connect it with the the data acquisition system. The torque, output torque need to connect it with data acquisition port of torque. Similar, the speed, output speed need to connect with the data acquisition system. You can see 8 by N. Then we also need to connect the grounding. Okay. Now we need to connect the field circuit. Field circuit, we can see the DC voltage, but it is fixed. So we can start 8. This is DC fixed. We need to connect with I2. I2 negative. I2 negative will connect with field circuit is a 5. Then 6 to 7. We need to connect 6 to 7. Then 8 should back to neutral to complete the circuit. But in the instruction from the manual, we can see that in instruction, if we connect 240 volt, we need to connect extra 960 ohm resistance. Okay, so we'll connect where is the cable? From 8 we'll connect extra 960 ohm resistance. There is a 4800 and 12,000 to 1200. If we make these two parallel, it will become 960. So output from this side will back to neutral. Now circuit is closed. We need to open the DC motor. This is the software DC motor on. Okay, now it's on. The dynamometer is on. The power switch is on. Okay. Then we need to open the. We also need to select the torque corrected function. You know, at the beginning it was non-corrected torque. Now it's torque corrected function. We need to go to dynamometer. From dynamometer, we have to select, the 2 quadrant constant torque brake, because the step 6 we need to select the brake. So we select 2 quadrant constant torque brake. Okay, the torque should be counterclockwise. Now that means it's 0. It's a 0. Now we will turn on the power. We have to from the figure, the table on, we have to see that for 240 voltage the field current should be 140 milliampere. So we can adjust this from the field rheostat, if we move. So you can see that it's 125. So we need to tune the field rheostat to make it 140. If you see, now it's 140. Then we have to measure. Now step 8, we see that we have to increase the voltage. The knob is 0, so we have to increase 10%, 20%, 30%, up to 100%, and we have to measure. We have to measure. We have to measure armature voltage, armature current, field current, speed and torque. Okay, we can automatically measure all these things. So we have to select the data table. From the data table, we can need to select from here metering. We'll select. We need armature voltage, speed, torque. We no need M4. We need armature current, field current. We don't need all these things. Okay, so this is armature voltage, speed, torque, armature current, field current. So we not need this one. Now we have to start the dynamometer. Now we need to increase the voltage 10%. So you can see now 10%. You can see it's now moving. Okay, so you can this is the voltage, armature voltage, speed, torque, current, field current for voltage 10%. Now we can increase to 20%. For 20%, second one, we can see that this is the value. We can increase, so 30%. This is the value. %40. %50. Okay, so these we can increase up to 100%. So I already done this one. I will show you the result. So this is the result up to 100%. This is voltage, armature voltage, speed, torque, armature current and field current. So if we plot, first one is the armature voltage versus motor speed. I mentioned according to the manual, the graph will be G221. It's step 10 in your manual, and this is the table. So we can you can get the data. But in step 11, you have to calculate the constant K1, and you have to give the answer of the question based on the data I provided you.